Hi YouTubers, welcome to one of my videos, and I'll just show you some things I'm making at the moment. There's a tree in a neighbour's garden which is a cherry tree. They got chopped down and I was lucky to get some wood from it, and I thought I'd have a go at making some more mushrooms. These mushrooms I made them ages ago, maybe over a year. Turned them on a lathe, and then because it's a cherry tree, that was part taken down in the neighbour's garden, I made these mushrooms and left some bark on it, and these were green and they're cracking and everything else, but I'm going to leave them as they're cracking, and I think they look pretty good as they are, with cracks and faults in them. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. But I'm on another project, and Jane made these wood spirits. She hand whittled these wood spirits, and I thought I'm going to have a go at one. And again, from another piece of wood which was sycamore that come down, or was taken down the neighbour's garden, and this is a section of the sycamore. I've actually varnished the bark to try and retain the bark, and sliced it down the middle, not very well, screwed a old bit of wood on the back so I've got something to grip, and I'll see if I can make a wood spirit. I've drawn one out roughly, but I've never done one before, so this will be my first attempt. I'm going to try and get a wood spirit face in here. I think I'm going to move the face higher up, and then I can have a longer beard. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not happy with this. In the shed, and it's too damp outside to do any lathe work. The shed's in a mess as usual, and I was going to do some woodworking, and I think I still will be able to do it, and I'll show you what I'm working on. Jane makes quite a lot of these wood spirits, and I've never made one, and I've got this bit of wood, and this bit of wood came from a tree that was trimmed the same as these bits, and it's green wood, and I'm going to have a go at making a wood spirit. I'm trying to retain the bark, and I can't remember, I think this might be sycamore. I've got sycamore and cherry. This one is sycamore and that one's cherry, that piece there. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I've got to have a tidy up first. I'm going to move the pillar drill over there so I can get at the vice and things like that, so I'll do that first. Got my old wood carving chisels out, and me mallet. That's not a wood carving mallet, it's an ordinary mallet. Just show you this. On the back of this piece of wood I've screwed a bit of old scrap wood. That allows me to hold it in the vice like that. I can turn the vice, swing it round like that. There's enough swing on the vice for me to look at the face and chisel away, and that's what I'm aiming for. I've got the heater on in here, set to 17 degrees. I'm going to start to see if I can do the brow there first. Yeah, see if I can get a start on that. Yeah, I'll have a go at that first. It's like a straight, like that. I'm going to move it further up here so I can get a longer beard. That's the plan. Well, that's as far as I got, and I suppose it's a start. I'm not very good at this sort of stuff, so we'll see how it comes. Yeah, I suppose it's alright. Well, I think it's going to be confession time, and it's related to doing this wood spirit. The shed is cold, it's damp, it's difficult to see what you're doing. If you leave any sandpaper in the shed overnight, the next day it's soggy. It's in horrible. Look, it's soggy. This stuff should be solid. It's cold, it's damp, it's horrid in here. Although I've got electric heater, I've got diesel heater, I've got the vents opening in the shed, it's just ridiculous. And I'll show you the outside of the shed. This is the outside of the shed. This is moisture on the windows and on the woodwork. Look, it hasn't rained. This is just damp and wet. You see the droplets of water on the outside of the shed. Even the plastic, it's holding moisture. So, do I carry on with this in the shed in these conditions? Or do I carry on building electronic projects in a warm house where I can have a glass of wine, listen to some music and do a bit of soldering, and I can do some small woodwork in the house? Which do you think I'm going to do? So this is getting put to one side, and I'm going to bring my chisels into the house so they don't go rusty, and yeah, put this to one side for another day or in the summer, and I can carry on with some electronic projects. So this is my confession. I'm just not in the mood to be doing this in these conditions this time of year. So I'm going to head back into the house, but first of all I'm going to grab my chisels and bring them in so they don't go rusty. I've even brought my lathe in the house and chisels and a few tools, and everything that touches ringing, condensation. Yeah, I can see the bed starting to go rusty. I'm not too worried about that. It's just the electric motor, and even the wood dust from lathe work is actually getting damp and sticking to surfaces. So if it's got in the motor, it's not going to be very good. So they're all in the house where it's dry. I can sort my chisels out and make sure, put them on top of the boiler to dry out and things like that. Brought the lathe in the house as well, and these are my chisels in the leather pouch. These are not the wood carving chisels, these are the normal chisels and stuff. Even them, the leather for holding my chisels, it's damp and wet. I don't know whether this is mould growing here, don't know. Anyway, this is going in the airing cupboard along with some other stuff to dry. So I can be in a nice warm house, and I can cut this wood in the house or take it in the shed and cut it very quickly and be back in the house, so I'm not there for any length of time, and I could be assembling and making these light units for people in a nice warm house with electric lighting, heating. I don't have to wear layers of clothes. I can have a glass of wine, listen to some music, listen to a bit of television if I want, some crisps. All can stand in the shed in the cold and damp and wet and ugh. So this is the end of this video, and I should be building more of these electronic projects for people. This is like a catering wheel sort of arrangement, and I'll do a separate video on that. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like.